Hi, I'm Cliff Ronning, and I'm at the chat room at Tyrone Studios.
Welcome back to the chat room at Tyrant Studios.
Coming to you high above the legendary penthouse in downtown Vancouver.
The chat room is recorded in front of a live audience.
Very live.
Coarse language may ensue. Listener discretion is advised. I'm Joe Leary, along with Danny Filipponi from the BC Entertainment Hall of Fame, Aaron Chapman, noted historian, Vancouver historian and author, and our newest sponsor is Otter Trail Wineries in Langley. Thank you to Shane.
And also a big shout out for Mitzi from Neighbors.
Mitzi from Neighbors Restaurant and Pasta House.
Outdid herself.
35th and Victoria Drive. West Coast Dream Machines on Clyde Avenue in West Vancouver. Texas here. And we are doing our show next month from West Coast Dream Machine.
Live on location.
Thank you also to North Point Brewing and Canadian Club, our spirit sponsor, Resurrection Spirits as well. Well, you knew him as number 7 in your lucky program, but he was number 1 in your hearts. Cliff Ronning, everybody.
Oh,
Cliff Ronning.
a pleasure, privilege.
And you know what? We'll start off with Mother Nature's been very kind to you. You still look like Cliff Ronning.
Yeah.
Do you get recognized a lot by people going, hey, are you Cliff Ronning?
Yeah.
I get more, hey, that's Ty Running's dad.
Ty Ronning's dad.
Or my other kids. That's kind of what I get.
Speaking of which, Ty just had a good season in Germany, did he not?
Yes, I was very proud of him. They've won 3 championships in a row. He was MVP last year, and this year he was leading scorer, and it was amazing what he's accomplished. And he's gone through the same things I went through being a smaller player, and that's what I admire the most. But I admire the way he gives back to his community in Berlin, and he's doing a charity for Children's Hospital there, and all donations are going there, and I'm very proud of him. That was his decision.
Wow.
So Cliff, when you were growing up, I know I've followed your career and I've read a lot about. You were literally 3-4 years old. You were playing hockey in your dad's basement. Am I right?
Yes.
So memories of that.
Well, I mean, I was always, for some reason, sports came easy to me.
Yeah.
The only problem is I was 5 foot, kind of nothing. So, but I really wanted to be a hockey player. Played lacrosse growing up, but it was always instilled in us. I guess the Ronnings was, you always, whatever you did, you put your heart into it.
Yeah.
So my brother went into music, went on to Bad Company, being a bass player. Yeah. I went into playing hockey and putting everything into it. And the hardest part about, I guess, growing up when you're a smaller guy, and at time, everyone wanted the bigger player. And my dream growing up, especially like about 13, was to play for the Vancouver Canucks.
Wow.
And I was very fortunate. I moved on and did very well in midget hockey. We won a championship with Burning Winter Club.
Yeah.
First time, and they haven't won since, the BC. I was very fortunate from there going into New Westminster Bruins with great coach, Al
A lot of awards
Patterson.
you won there, set records like crazy.
I set records there, but once again, they said there's no way Cliff Ronning will ever play one game in the NHL.
Too small.
So I could have taken that and said, okay, forget it. But it was my dream, my passion. So I was fully focused on just giving everything I had. And eventually I had that opportunity that I got drafted, had 197 points. There was a story that one time that when the draft happened, I figured I was going to get drafted maybe 3rd round by the Canucks in their backyard. But what happened was we listened to it on the radio, because back then it was on the radio.
Sure.
We never heard my name, right down to 240.
It was in the 7th round, right?
Yeah, but we didn't know, so I just figured I wasn't drafted, and my aunt called me to tell us, hey, you've been drafted to the St. Louis Blues. We're like, we didn't hear that, because no one cares about a 7th or 8th
The radio
round.
shut off at 9
off.
p.m.
Right.
That's right.
But in my heart, like I was, at that point, I was ready to just, okay, that's it. It's not going to happen.
The heck with that, yeah.
And then I got that phone call. I said, you know what? I'm going to put everything I got into this game. And sure enough, I got the opportunity with St. Louis, scored my first ever goal in my first ever game in semifinals against Calgary Flames, against Mike Vernon. on a play that I come around and stuffed it on the net, and they told me you'll never score a goal in the NHL like that. So that's kind of the early part of the story.
Well, there's a former Major League Baseball pitcher, I don't know if he's still playing or not, Marcus Stroman, not a bigger guy, and he created this slogan and brand called Height Don't Measure Heart. And that's what he's all about. Like, you shouldn't be judged on your physicality stats. You should be judged on what you bring to the sport, and you certainly did that.
Yeah.
Well, I think early in my career, I guess I struggled trying to break in. Guys like Doug Gilmour really took me aside and said, hey, you got a lot of skill, but the biggest thing is, you got to wait your opportunity. You just got to be the hardest worker in practice. Make sure you're showing the coaches you can score in practice and make plays,
right.
And eventually you'll get your chance.
We've had Kurt McLean on the show a few times.
Yeah.
And when we talked to Kurt, we talked to him about the Stanley Cup and, of course, your experience being in the Stanley Cup, particularly in the seventh game, which I know not a lot of people get to talk about. Tell us about your seventh game Stanley Cup experience. I think you went in a little injured, did you not?
Well, I mean, what I got is, you can see my hand when I can't close it now.
Yeah.
So I had a boxer fracture with 3 minutes left in the sixth game.
Yeah.
So I had to go and play the seventh game with a broken hand, and that's your top hand. So as you're holding the hockey stick, they froze it. So it ended up freezing past my arm or up past the elbow. So I'd have to look down to see if I was holding the stick. It was the weirdest feeling.
Wow.
It was like, at one time, the doctor's like, well, we could tape the stick
to
your hand at the top. And I'm thinking, that might not be good. If I'm going faster to the boards, I might spear myself.
Yeah.
But I was willing to do anything.
So
Wow.
It didn't end the way you wanted to, but
No.
being in a seventh game, it just must be something that we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
It was an
Yeah,
experience.
it's emotional. Like, our team gave everything we had.
Yeah.
Well, Kirk has told us he still can't watch it.
Yeah.
Does it still linger in your mind, or are
I can
you
see
over it?
I can see
I've
it.
watched it. It's painful, but I'm also proud that our group, even the guys, were on a group
That's it.
chat.
That's
And
it.
we're giving it to each other, on the phone, and we're still friends.
Yeah.
And to me, Pat Quinn was the orchestrated all of this, because our team
How so?
wasn't doing very well.
How so?
And-
What role? How did he play in a practical sense?
Well, he built the team, and we had a lot of talent when they brought in Burry and Browns. And, you started noticing our team was getting better, getting over 100 points, but he wanted us to care about each other as brothers. And in any business, you might have some jealousies here or whatever, favors going here or there, but Pat Quinn was the type that would bring the chemistry together, that it was all about one thing, and was winning, giving up your self-worth, that, you think you should be out on the power play, or you should be the one here, or some guys like a Tim Hunter was unselfish, knew how to win. So he really helped us with that, and I think that really helped when we finally got past Calgary. That was huge. So mentally, we were with Pat Quinn's mindset.
Fascinating, yeah.
And that's really what changed everything. And I was very fortunate to be a part of that. And everyone gave up for the cause. And it's hard when some players are going to be making $5 million, and some guys they're making $11 million.
Sure.
You got to all give it up for the one cause. And Pat Quinn was able to do that.
Fascinating. Yeah.
So I used to write for the Canucks magazine back when it was Rogers Arena. Don Taylor is still here. You'll understand this. In those days, in the bowels of the arena, you could always tell where Pat Quinn had been by the linger of cigar smoke. You remember those days?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. He was just a special person.
Yeah.
Anyone that met him, no matter what you did, you were a special person towards him, or he would treat you like that. And I think that's something that I've always tried to do myself.
It's so refreshing to see see someone like Cliff here.
It's amazing.
I mean, just his
How many games in total, NHL games, did you play?
I think about 1,300.
Wow.
So I
Amazing.
played 1,299 more than they thought.
And that was my point. Yeah, that's my point right there. Yeah, you proved them wrong in a big way. Wow.
But that kept me going. Like, I just love when people told me, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, when in your day, when you're on the ice and someone is calling for a pass from you, what are they calling you, Ronzi? What was your name on the ice?
oh boy, I had quite a few. I mean, the Rat. They called me the Rat. Somehow they called me Stripper.
So they're calling for a pass. They're going stripper.
Well,
stripper.
that's why you're here at the Penthouse today.
Barry started this. I don't know where it came from.
That's funny.
So when I interviewed Ty some years ago with the Vancouver Giants, I said, "What did they call you on the ice?" You know what they called him on the ice? Cliffy. Cliffy.
right, that's
They
true.
called Ty Cliffy.
That's so funny.
That must be kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, that is. I'm very proud of him, but I'm proud of all my kids. And
Yeah.
I have very fortunate. I had my parents are still alive. I think they taught me really good morals, and I think that's what I've tried to put in my kids, and I'm very proud of them for what they're doing. Ty got humanitarian award. To me, that was the best award. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the rest of my kids are the same way. They're always giving back to everybody, and I think that's important. I think.
And geez, Cliff, you were just
Very
talking about how when you were playing, when you were first starting out, you were the hardest working guy, first there for the practices. You were the first here today, here at the Penthouse today before we started taping. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming down today. Yeah.
So still bleed Canuck colors, do you?
I don't like admitting it, but I do. I'm very disappointed. I guess in the last, 5 years. I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest. They haven't been good. They finally have made the right call.
Yeah.
Bringing in someone that has been good, understanding the communities first and foremost, because that was Pat Quinn's thing, and also bringing Malhotra, someone like that, coming in that's earned it. Earning something to me is always what life's been about. I'm a firm believer in
and
this.
for a fan, as I was saying to Don, as for a fan, we love it to see a guy like Manny come in. It just means a lot.
Potentially.
Yeah,
Potentially.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's named head coach for a good Canuck fan, I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Well,
to get behind it.
It's common sense there.
I agree.
I'm surprised they haven't announced it, but I guess there's complications if a son gets drafted. But Manny's man enough that he'd be able to coach his
Well,
kid.
because you have a kid that plays, what would that put undue pressure on your son or yourself if the situation ever was Cliff Ronning is playing on a team that his son is on, or vice versa? Like in the case of the Malholtras, does that affect one way or the other?
It's difficult. I mean, I've done it. I coach spring hockey with my son, and it's tough. So at a professional level, it could be even tougher.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of a conflict there that they're going to have to figure out. But, in the top three, there's three good players, so they're going to get one of them.
Yeah.
But I'd be scared to let someone else go because he's earned a position to be coaching the Canucks because he understands the whole feel of originally of all the people here with the Canucks, the family feel we have.
Yeah, the community.
The community,
100%.
the family. And if you take care of the community, they'll support you when things are bad. But
I agree.
if you're not doing that, it's not a good thing.
If you had started out as a Canucks fan, like you said you did, Cliff,
Yeah.
when you were a kid, and when I was a kid, that 82 playoff run, did you watch that and then think?
I was there.
Yeah, listen to the radio and watching the
Yeah.
games. But then I can't imagine, did you pinch yourself when you were in the playoffs in that 94 season? What did it feel like?
As a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream. It was a dream just to play for the Canucks.
Yeah.
Growing up, my dad had a store on Hastings Street, secondhand Harry's, and my
What
son,
kind of store was
it
it?
was an antique store.
Antique,
and
okay, yeah.
My
I
summer,
think secondhand might have been the
Well, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. I missed that. I missed that.
I think
Yeah.
this table might be from there, John.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
so my summer job was lagging beer bottles. My dad would bring in beer bottles on Hastings Street.
Oh, yeah.
40. Yeah. So, I mean, it was just that was the thing, and then it was kind of interesting because the trainer would bring in the beer bottles from the Canucks,
Right.
and he'd give me a stick once in a while. I got Thomas Green's stick.
So good.
I remember the curve. I was just infatuated. Like,
Wow.
this is so cool.
I love it.
Amazing.
I was a fan of the game.
Yeah.
And I was just fortunate and blessed that I had an opportunity to play for my hometown.
Yeah.
And
So few get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it all, and you did us all proud.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us in the chat room. Please
Amazing.
tell us this won't be your last visit to the chat room. Okay?
Okay.
Cliff Ronnick. Cliff Ronnick.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Terrific.